Hello, and welcome back to Crazy Dave's Kitchen, where today we're making a pasta dish. Pasta with sweet corn, tomatoes, and basil. And there's a little bit more to it, but first off, I wanted to say thank you to Jackie. This is going to also be a Jackie, just for Jackie dish. But Jackie, as you know, is my dental hygienist. She works for Crossings Dental in Elk Grove Village. Dr. Becker and Dr. Kushner. I more so know Dr. Kushner, more or less, but she posted my site on their Facebook page, and to promote me, I now have 102 followers. So thank you, Jackie. Totally appreciate your help with all of that. Now, getting into this recipe, we are going to, well, I already did this in advance. With a box grater, I took fresh 4 stalks of corn, fresh corn. And I wasn't going to post this recipe because I know it's September now, and corn is really out of fashion, but the store had corn still, so I figured let's sneak this one in before the end of summer. So 4 stalks of corn, and you grate them so it makes sort of a corn mush. Then I also have 1 pint of grape tomatoes that I cut in half, and I put a 1/4 teaspoon of salt in here and mix it together. And we're just going to, let me slow my voice down, we're just going to let this sit and chill while we prepare the rest of the dish. I also have about 1 full package of fresh basil that I chopped up. It calls for a cup, but I think 1 package is pretty close to a cup of fresh basil. This we're also going to do at the end. I have 2 shallots diced up. And I also have 1 habanero pepper. Ooh. Now, don't be afraid of the habanero pepper. I mean, don't touch it and then rub your eye or anything like that. But what I did here is I cut the habanero in half, and I took out the seeds and the flesh inside, and then just chopped it up. This is going to really, what we're looking for here is the floral notes of the pepper. It is going to add some spice to the dish, but it's not going to be blazingly hot like the habanero stories of yore. So and we're also going to need some kosher salt, some pasta, of course, and we're looking for 12 ounces of pasta. I don't know if you've been to the store to try to hunt for 12 ounces. They have a lot of different ounces. 12 is a little harder to find, but I did find it. I found some rainbow rotini, as a matter of fact. We're also going to need 4 tablespoons of butter. Divided, so 2 and 2. So also on the stove, I have a pot of water boiling, and that's what we're going to do with the corn cobs here. We're going to boil these in the water that we're going to make the pasta in, and it's going to infuse this corn flavor throughout the dish. The rest of this recipe is pretty much done on the stove, so we're going to move over to the stove top, and we'll finish it up. Okay, so our water is boiling. I'm going to add the corn cobs into our boiling water, and I'm going to reduce this to a simmer and let this simmer for 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm melting the 2 tablespoons of butter in here, and we're just going to add our shallots and our habanero pepper. And we're just going to wait until the onions soften a little bit. Let's go ahead and add our corn mixture. Was it messy making this? Yes, it was, but also worth it. And just get everything well combined. All right, so there's our timer for the corn water. We're just going to take these out. This is 2½ quarts of water, or 6 cups, if you prefer. And I'm just going to take 1½ cups of this slow process without burning myself. 1½ cups of the corn water, or pasta water, however you want to call it. All right, 1½ cups of the water, and we're going to add that into our mix here. All right, so this is kind of the consistency you want. You want to see a little trail left in here, just like so. That's kind of the consistency of what would be the sauce of this dish. All right, so we're going to add our pasta in. We're going to stir this and make sure that it gets well coated with the corn. All right, we're going to turn off the heat. And then we're going to add 2 more tablespoons of butter. And mix that in until it's melted. Also off heat, we're going to add our tomatoes and our fresh basil. And there it comes together, really nice, very pretty, and very good. I normally don't eat a lot of pasta, but this particular dish, there was not that much left over once we got done with it. Okay, so we're off the stove. We've got a nice little plate of our pasta with the corn. I suggest taking a little bit of Parmesan cheese and just sprinkling that on there. And then, of course, eating this delicious pasta with sweet corn. It's really good and sweet. I think kids would love it. Adults with a sweet tooth would also love it. The habanero, there is some heat, but it's really like a mellow, the heat comes a little later. You taste the sweet, you taste the floral, the sweet tomatoes, of course, the corn, and the heat. It's not really that hot. I mean, maybe for kids, maybe hot, but for adults, I think it's tolerable and not really that spicy. So I hope you try this dish. Thanks again for subscribing. Please continue to spread the word and subscribe, and I'll see you again here on Crazy Dave's Kitchen.